Well, they were called to action here at home. Minnesota soldiers are preparing to serve yet again, but this time overseas. A group of Minnesota National Guard soldiers based in Hastings and Red Wing are deploying to Kuwait soon. Well, Brooklyn Center is dramatically changing the way it approaches public safety. This comes a little over a month after an officer there shot and killed 20-year-old Dante Wright during a traffic stop. David Schumann joins us live with the details on the city's sweeping police reforms, David.
A place where we can go where the names are etched in stone of real people that work to provide our country peace. I'm so confused right now, baby. Didn't work for us, didn't work for us. I guess it's over now, baby. Didn't work for us, didn't work for us.
The people at Brooklyn Center's City Council meeting Saturday celebrated a major step toward transforming the city's public safety response.
It gives us a little bit of hope that there's not going to be another Dante, there's not going to be another George Floyd.
Mayor Mike Ellis says community voices were central in developing the resolution that creates an unarmed response to medical and mental health calls.
Rather than an armed police officer showing up, it's going to be someone who has gone to school, who understands mental health or understands autism that's going to respond, someone who's trained.
Unarmed civilians will also enforce non-moving traffic violations. Police use of force will become more regulated, and arrests on low-level offenses will at least temporarily be banned in favor of citations. The leader of Brooklyn Center's police union, Jim Mortensen, says law enforcement was left out of the conversation on these and the resolution's other reforms.
150 Minnesota National Guard soldiers in Hastings and Red Wing are reporting for duty once again. This time overseas to Kuwait to provide chemical and nuclear defense.
Saturday's deployment send-off here at the Hastings Armory is just the beginning of another taxing assignment for these Minnesota National Guard soldiers who have spent the last year helping Minnesotans get through the pandemic and civil unrest.
I was never expecting to get activated for COVID. As a chem soldier, I would never have thought I would be placed in that position.
Sergeant First Class Earl Rawls is leaving his wife and 2 teenagers behind to deploy to Kuwait after a year being away from his family responding to the pandemic.
Mayor Elliott says input from local police was taken into account and that the city's done its legal due diligence. The mayor rebutted other concerns from the union head too, like arrests being banned for DWIs or domestic assaults. He says that's not the case. Mortensen also says he's worried about the safety of civilians and mental health professionals being put in potentially dangerous situations.
We're going to be constantly adjusting to make sure that we're putting in the right policies, and if we need to change it up, we'll do that.
First Lieutenant Dustin Workman is also deploying to Kuwait. Before this deployment, he responded to the civil unrest last summer, protecting the state capitol in St. Paul.
It's been a lot for a lot of soldiers.
Not only are these assignments physically demanding, but also emotionally sacrificing.
It's kind of one of those things where you know you're doing the right thing, you know you're serving your country, but you're also skipping a year out of your daughter's life and your spouse's life that you'll never get back.
But somehow, this group of men and women have found the strength and persistence after a difficult year to continue to answer the call.
I think the biggest lesson I learned is you can't do it all by yourself.
In Hastings, Marielle Mose, WCCO-4 News.
And that group will officially deploy the first week in June. They will be overseas for about a year.
I'm so damn confused.
You ever been to Minneapolis?
Nope.